burn it at both ends. I like the fire causing mayhem. I'm not tired, I've been waiting. I'm not forsaken, I'm my own and I'm jaded. Energy comes from my hatred. Call me the villain, cause I be killing. I got no feeling, I've been dealing with all my demons. I like to feed them, they be chilling, yeah they be screaming. I can hear them in my mind, they just wanna find any fight, any reason.
Dark side, there ain't no place to hide. All your fears are electrified. Welcome to the hard side, where it's all do or die. We're the shadow to the light, I can feel it in my bones. I'm addicted to the thirst, I ain't never let it go, even when it hurts. This is my curse.
Have to be working to deserve it. Adrenaline is surging, ain't no serving. I'm the king, bring me everything that I've ever wanted, that I need. I believe I could be anything, watch me. Give me a second to blow, give me a second to grow. Be at the top of the show, be at the top like a pro. I flip the switch, different mode. No, they ain't laughing, no joke, cause I attack when they won't.
Welcome to the dark side, there ain't no place to hide. All your fears are electrified. Welcome to the hard side, where it's all do or die. We're the shadow to the light, I can feel it in my bones. I'm addicted to the thirst, I ain't never letting go, even when it hurts. This is my curse.
I got all the voters. I swear to God, I've been at it for a minute. Climbing to the top, and this music was my ticket. Found a way to grind, turn a passion to a business. No limit, I'ma get it, having millions as a witness. I'm addicted to winning, living up every single day. I'll be fighting them.
Come on.
Is it gonna lose it? Is it gonna lose?
It's come back.
It's back. It's back.
Back.
Right.
There was about 2.5 minutes left.
Was
3
it?
minutes.
Right. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll just.
Just let it feed you. I'll see you at the top. Just let me teach you.
Yeah, I'ma be a high roller, move forward in the battle like soldier, in the game like closer. I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motor, I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters, you could call me POTUS, I got all the voters.
They be like, really, you got a milli from doing something silly? I'm like, chilly, I've been killing for decades now, Billy. Well, maybe like several years, but who's counting really? I just know how to turn something silly into a milli. Got a lot to say, and a lot need to hear it. You don't quit today, we don't stop, no, we feel it to the top. Yeah, we change our whole world, yeah, we steer it. Getting lost in the things that make us so worth hearing on. I'm the first one to turn up, learn stuff, but mostly I'm just in the lab getting work done. Cause the bills on the first, it's the worst sum. I never forget being broke, man, it hurts, son. But not as bad as not having any purpose. I took stabs, this and that, and it's working. But I still grind every day for that thirst. It's a curse being first, yeah, still gotta get my work done.
Yeah, I'ma be a high roller, move forward in the battle like soldier, in the game like closer. I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motor, I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters, you could call me POTUS, I got all the voters.
Cause I don't
give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave.
Well. Sorry about the technical hitch there in the introduction. We tried our best to get it restarted for you as quickly as possible, but then again, it would not be an episode of Chasing Dissent without John.
A technical hitch. I grabbed
Hey! He got there in the end.
It's probably, well, I'm hoping we've got it over at the front, you know, and that's it.
That might be wishful thinking.
It could well be. Right, Troll Room. Good evening. Good evening, one and all. Welcome to this episode,
Good evening indeed.
271 of Chasing Dissent Live. With me, John, and with Ben, obviously. How is our audio? I'm on a different mic.
He is. He's on a new mic. Ooh. Or is it an old mic?
Well, it's the one I got for my birthday last year, I think.
Is it new? Is it old? Is it? They're all saying it's good. So
Good.
let's move on. As there was grand, Shalini. I'll answer that question. It was grand, and I got 50 quid's worth of shopping for free, which handy. But what are you dancing around for?
You got nothing for free, mate. You paid for it one way or the other.
I paid for it with my soul.
Indeed you have. Speaking of...
Rob says the picture and sound is great.
Yeah, well, I would hope so. We do try. We're very trying, as you can tell. Now the CPU's sitting at
very trying.
0.7%.
Yeah, it's going to crash.
0.7. That's tremendous.
Oh, 0.7.
0.7. 0.7%.
I thought you said 9.7.
No, 0.7%. That's woo. Anyway, where are we? Right, shall we start?
Well, I suppose we should start. And I want to start with something you don't have images on the list, because I've been seeing it in my timeline all day. And
you want to talk about the NUJ?
No, I don't want to talk about that just yet.
Oh, right,
else.
I
want to talk about Disneyland. I want to talk about Disneyland, John.
Oh my God, here he goes. He has to talk about Disneyland.
I think we need...
Right.
I think we need to start the day with a high. I do.
Okay, well... I mean, you obviously found it a lot funnier than I did, but yeah, go on. To me, it's just a mental health problem.
Change my sync offset back to 0, John, because they're moaning. But today,
oh dear. Change my sync
today
offset.
at Disneyland, well, yesterday technically in California, on the ride It's a Small World, the most annoying ride in the world, by the way. A gentleman, a patron, a man that looks suspiciously like Daniel Radcliffe dressed as Weird Al Yankovic, decided to get off the ride, and he started walking amongst the animatronics and ever so slightly just continued to undress himself in front of the crowd until he was stark bollock naked. And I'm talking stark bollock naked. And then he started splashing around in all the little pools.
He wasn't as well built as Daniel Radcliffe.
No, that's true. That is true.
That's true.
You can press the button.
I did. No,
But yeah, he started. There's plenty of video of this, by the way. If you go and look for It's a Small World on Twitter or whatever, and he started splashing around in the pools in front of parents, children, the like, which is not cool, by the way, not cool at all. Doing this in front of kids on a ride in Fantasyland, which is aimed predominantly at kids.
Yeah, it's not cool. Unless it's a pride.
I tell you what.
March.
Well, I'll tell you what is funny about it.
Cool,
I'll tell you what is funny about it. It's the footage of the of the police carrying him through the park. And they're trying to cover him up as they're carrying him.
Yeah, the Disney police.
Oh no, the real police. They got the real police in.
Bloody hell. Normally they've got plenty of their own. Mind you, maybe
Well, I know, but this is the
maybe they don't use them as much since they fell out with Ron.
yeah. Well, this is the California resort, not the Florida
Oh,
resort.
right.
So,
Sorry. Okay.
oh,
it'll be colder in California.
This is Disneyland. Yeah, well, stark bollock, John.
Yeah.
He left nothing to the imagination.
I know. I saw it. It looked like a nice
I will
day.
tell you this, boys and girls. Yes, it was a small world after all.
It was cold. It could have been. It could well have been cold, mind you.
Well, and that's what made it a true small world.
Yeah. Right. Anyway.
Anyway. Well, no, it was not Tommy.
Have you
It's definitely
finished?
not Tommy. Rob, I'm finished.
Okay.
You kicked the show off proper. I just wanted to get that laugh out the way.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome one and all to this episode 271. Let's kick off with Mr. Robinson, or as his real name. What's his real name? It's something stupid, isn't it? Like Yaxley Whelan or something.
Stephen Yaxley Lennon.
Yaxley Lennon.
Stephen Yaxley Lennon.
Yeah, that's just a stupid name. I mean, right,
well,
okay. He what?
He adopted the moniker of Tommy Robinson so that he could keep his identity hidden during the EDL days, didn't he? So and he used to hide behind masks and such.
Yeah, until he got doxed.
And I do have to wonder. So the picture we're seeing here is Mr. Robinson / Lennon after he had just been pepper sprayed by London's finest, the Metropolitan Police.
Yeah.
Yesterday at a march for anti-Semitism, or against anti-Semitism, should I say, a march against anti-Semitism, which allegedly drew crowds of 100,000 plus people. Now, you think that march should be the headline, but it's not. Tommy Robinson's the headline. He's made himself the headline. And why, John? Why is he the headline?
I'm just playing a little video. There's Tommy there in the background. I think he's just been pepper sprayed. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't very nice, was it? Have you ever noticed another thing, women police officers? The guy says something and the woman copies him. Then the guy says something and the woman says the same thing. Just in a higher pitched voice and more annoying.
So Tommy, Stephen, whatever you want to call him, was having breakfast in a London cafe. He had arrived, he says, in his capacity as a journalist for his organisation Urban Scoop.
But regardless, it doesn't matter why or how he was there.
Well, it actually does, and I'll tell you why in a minute.
I don't think it does.
No, it does, and I'll tell you why in a minute. And then he was Section 35, which means he was told to disperse from the area. He was told he had to leave for the crime of being Tommy Robinson, because it was said that his presence could cause harassment, alarm, and distress to people for him simply being there. He refused to comply with this dispersal order, and then they just sort of mob-handed 30 plus police officers jumped him and arrested him and held him in custody for, I think it was over 24 hours. And he's been charged. He has been charged
with failing to comply with the dispersal.
Now, and I'll tell you why it matters, because the section, if he really was there in the capacity as a paid journalist for Urban Scoop, Section 35 doesn't apply to him. It doesn't apply to him. And so he didn't have to comply.
Well,
so if they can prove that he was there in that capacity, doesn't apply to him.
So he's been wrongfully arrested.
And so well, that's why I say it matters.
Well, yeah, okay.
Whether or not he was there.
But my contention is he's been wrongfully arrested anyway, because he didn't do anything wrong. No.
Well, yeah, he was having breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you know what? I'm gonna say this, and you know what? I don't care if people don't like what I'm about to say, but I struggle to want to have to defend this man. I don't like him. Yeah. I really don't, and I'm not going to go as far as like Julia Hartley Brewer and say like he's a racist or stuff like that. But what I will say is this: the man is so damn tainted. It's like a David Icke situation that to follow him is to court public disapproval, because he has been so tainted in the media that unfortunately the vast majority of people still listen to the mainstream media, and when they say racist, far right, all of that nonsense, people believe it. I mean, there are a lot of people also who don't believe it, but it's an uphill battle to have him at the head of your movement, whatever that movement might be. It's going to be a bigger uphill battle than not having him.
And we've been through this on a number of occasions, because the last thing you really wanted during the protests over the last 2 or 3 years was people like David Icke and Tommy Robinson at the front, Kate Sharami, all that. You really didn't want these people at the front because they just attract negative attention when you're trying to get a proper point across, you know?
Exactly, and it's like it's not even. I would say it's like not even an insult against these people. Like I'm not putting it against David Icke for the way he's portrayed.
No.
Well, kind of am, but you know what I mean. The point is, he could stand up there and say nothing about lizards or interdimensional beings or any of that, and still the media are going to say, as I always say, 10,000 lizard-loving David Icke fans turn out at Trafalgar Square.
Of course they are, because that's what these people have built their reputations on. And Tommy's the same. He built his reputation on being an almost, outrageous far-right protester, right? And now he's tried to wind it back in, and he's done research on particular things that still seems to get brushed under the carpet, right? Up in Rotherham and places like that. So I think, I think he makes a valid points, but the problem is, because of how he started and how he portrayed himself at the start, no one takes him, no one in any authority, and no one in the public, the general public, takes him seriously. That's the problem.
I mean, he does have a large contingent. He has a large contingent of support, and he has a large contingent of fans. However, is that enough people to broach the mainstream? I'm not so sure. But then at the same time, if you look at the responses to the Met Police over this, one thing I will say about Mr. Robinson / Lennon is he appears to have united a lot of people over this arrest. And obviously there are the occasional celebratory tweets of what happened to him. But at the same time, is this minority? Do we live in Minority Report now? Is this pre-crime? Because even if he did have to comply with the 35, even if he had to comply with the 35, it was simply because his presence could possibly cause somebody harassment, alarm, and distress. And it's also said that the head of the protest movement told the Metropolitan Police that he didn't want him there. And I'm worried that a precedent can be set now that at any public protest or demonstration in any public place that's completely open to the public, the protest leaders can then turn around to the Met Police and say, for example, well, I don't want that journalist from The Guardian here. He might cause harassment, alarm, and distress. So if he turns up, please just, move him on, arrest him. And it can be said about anybody. Now, I'm going to say, to the people that are celebrating this sort of behavior and this sort of two-tier policing, be careful what you celebrate and be careful what you wish for. Because when it comes back on you and when it comes back on people you like or you support, who are you going to turn to?
Yeah. Well, it's pretty much like the days of Stalin in Russia. They came for your neighbour and you did nothing, and then they came for the guy down the street and you did nothing, and they came for your granny and you did nothing, and then they came for you and they took you away.
Yeah.
And that's...
Because what these people...
that's what's happening.
I mean, just look at the way that the political landscape is shifting, especially in Europe, with Geert Wilders, for example, in the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he'll become prime minister. I'm not going to lie, despite the fact that he's won the largest amount of seats in the parliament. I don't think he'll become prime minister. I don't think they'll let him.
Well, I think the problem is that the two other parties didn't get enough.
Well, the others that are in a position to will not form a coalition with him. They won't form a coalition with him.
But then he doesn't. Well, one of them was already talking about it. One of them was already talking to
Yeah, but
him.
one of them turned her out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
she was.
he only
And
needs
then when
one.
he actually won, she said, "Well, we won't be."
Well, we'll see what happens.
Huh?
We'll see what happens.
Well, this is the thing, though. The point I'm trying to make here is that the political landscape, with, let's say, Marine Le Pen in France probably going to win the next presidential election, it's all shifting to the direction of the perceived right. And if you want these things to happen to people right now, when your team are in charge, you can't complain when the other team get in charge and do it to you. And so I think the best thing is that we just don't celebrate and we don't accept when these sorts of things occur, even if it's for people that we don't like or don't agree with.
Yeah,
Just
what
me.
what you're saying is great in theory, but people are too stupid. That's the problem. People they're too stupid, one, to see it, and secondly, they're always too angry. You know, especially the left for some reason. That's them and the Nats seem to be really nasty, angry people, and they're always swearing at you on Twitter. Why is that? What is it with people on the left? Why have they become so angry? Well,
I don't know.
They've always been
Honestly,
angry.
I don't know. Well.
Yeah. Anyway, so the Met said that we have been in frequent contact with the organisers of the march in recent days, and this is what you were talking about, Ben. They have been clear about their concerns that the man's attendance and that of those who are likely to accompany him would cause fear for other participants. The same view has been voiced by others. As a result, he was spoken to and warned on more than one occasion that his continued presence in the area was likely to cause harassment. So just his presence.
Yeah.
Alarm and distress to others. He was directed to leave the area but refused to do so. He suggested that he was in the area. Oh, hold on, but this is the police. We're aware the man has suggested he was in the area as a journalist. This was not a relevant factor in his arrest. Well, you claim differently.
It would be, yeah.
The Met seem to think
it would be a relevant factor.
It doesn't. The Met seem to think it wasn't. So we'll have to find out what happens when he goes to court, no doubt. Rooney, huh?
But honestly, and this is why we can segue into what I want to talk to you about the National Union of Journalists, the NUJ, because I'm seeing a lot of people saying he couldn't have been there as a journalist because he's not a member of the NUJ. Well, let's face it, the NUJ first are not a legal body, in so much that if you're a member of them, that's the only way you're a journalist. If that's the case, I was a member of them for 2 years. And
they really helped you out.
You pay them.
Yeah, they really helped you out, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they really helped me out. Really helped me out. Yeah, I paid them my dues, and then when I started getting persecuted and censored and simply shut down, where were they? Nowhere.
Didn't even respond to you, did they?
You pay. Well, no. But like Shalini says in the chat, some of Mr. Lennon's bail conditions are: he is banned from going to London and he is banned from organising or attending any protests.
So
bail conditions.
Broke his bail conditions. So why would he be given a Section 35? He should just have been arrested for breaking his bail.
No. These are the bail No, John.
Right,
No. These are his new bail conditions given to him after this fact. He's not allowed to enter London, and he's not allowed to attend or organise any political protest.
Yeah, we're in a very draconian country these days, aren't we?
Well, I don't know how those bail conditions could be legal.
Because,
based upon this.
Well, let's face it. I mean, what's legal and what's not? It all depends on what the court says. You know? And the court just makes its mind up on a whim these days.
Well, yeah, the court didn't make these bail conditions, it would have been the officers themselves or the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service. But
Yeah,
apparently they wanted to remand him.
I don't know how things work in England, because that's not how they work up here. The police don't set bail.
Yeah, no, but yeah,
the police up here don't do things like that. That's all done by the courts. If you're going to be bailed, you're bailed by the court in Scotland. There's no police involvement.
There's been no court involvement in my case so far.
Yeah,
so.
Well, see, this is why I think England's a bit wrong, because the police have too much power, because they're setting conditions on people when what's it got to do with them? They're not there as arbiters. They're not there as jurors. They're not there as in judgment, but in effect they are, because they are setting judgments on people. And that's not, to my mind, that's not what the police should be doing. I think the police in England have got too much power. But anyway,
I personally agree with you.
Segueing across. Meanwhile, in Scotland, the police are busy up here, aren't they? Jesus, wrong button. The police are busy up here. Road Policing Scotland. Yes, this is an official account. Where do we start? Oh, I don't know, Road Policing Scotland. You tell me. No licence, no insurance, carrying a passenger while doing the school run. Female rider reported. It's a scooter. It's a scooter.
Well, if she's not got L plates on the scooter.
Well, right. Why would she need L plates? You don't need a license for it, do you? If it can do less than 13 miles an hour.
I'm joking, John.
But this is what road policing in Scotland has become. I'm ashamed. I'm disgusted and ashamed of you. I'd give my pension back if I didn't need it.
Look, I think that the last 3 to 4 years, when it comes to police involvement with people in both Scotland and England and all around the United Kingdom and probably all around Europe, in fact, has shown us that the idea of policing by consent is an illusion. We don't police by consent.
No, we don't.
We haven't policed by consent in some time. It's just a phrase they use, isn't it? It's just a phrase they use because.
Yeah.
Remember when our police were going out and arresting people who were just on a stroll with some coffee or sitting on a bench with some coffee?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who consented to that?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You can't have those children playing in your garden. What? I mean, the whole thing was ridiculous, and the thing was, we can see it was ridiculous at the time, but other people couldn't. And that's where they get their power from, because, and this isn't policing by consent, this is just policing by majority, but they get their power from the fact that most people couldn't see how ridiculous it was. Some people were genuinely terrified and were phoning the thugs to come and enforce legislation that should never have been enforceable in the first place.
Hello, help, police. My neighbours have got 4 people round there having a barbecue. A barbecue.
Anyway, right. I know we have at least one Irish person on the show, so I'm going to play a video, and I think this is from, and I've never seen the program, but I think this is from a program called Fair City. I think the whole thing's fake. This is not actual footage of the police. I cannot believe this is real. Okay, and I'd like you people to tell me if it's true or not.
The Irish with the foreigners. We're not the problem here. You work for the problem. You work for the problem. You fucking get paid for the problem. That's the problem. You fuck the whole.
Right, that doesn't look real to me. What do you think?
I honestly, I don't know. They're certainly saying the sentiments of the people who are currently going out and doing things in Ireland, aren't they?
No, but it's not that.
talking
It's the
about the
cop.
problem.
Did you see the way you've zoomed in on the
But
cop?
Shalini says that's Fair City.
Yeah. That's what's
So
happened.
are we?
So people have taken a clip from a TV program called Fair City and are purporting it as footage from the Dublin riots over the last couple of days.
That's
Thank you, Shalini.
not surprising. Yeah, that is not surprising at all, because it's not the first time, it's not the last time people are going to continue to do things like this. And it doesn't matter who they are or what political stance they fall on. When you see stuff that is crap and is misinformation, you need to call it out.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and it's easy to do as well. It's like a game of telephone, isn't it? Somebody plays a game of telephone, or Chinese whispers, as it used to be called before it was politically correct.
Sorry. Let me stop you there. Surely that's Far Eastern whispers. or it's not even a whisper anymore, is it? It's Far Eastern, softly spoken. It's almost like we'll come on to the Guardian later. It's further. Well, you want to go to the Guardian right now? Who speaks like this? Who actually speaks like this?
Go on.
The Guardian says cold weather expected to continue in UK with potential snow event.
Woohoo! I'm getting my tickets now.
Hold on a minute. Snow event? You mean it might fucking snow? That's what they mean. Why can't they just say it might snow? A snow event?
I think what they actually meant was there is an event featuring the band Snow Patrol.
No, they didn't, mate. They didn't.
And they've just typed it out wrong.
No, your jokes aren't funny, so stop trying. You're not cutting it tonight. I don't know what's up. Well, you're not very well, but yeah, you're not cutting it.
I've got a head cold. I'm trying.
That's
here.
what I'm saying. Don't try, because you're forcing it. Just be yourself, which is just normally quite shite. Anyway, just drink your coffee.
That's water, mate. That's water.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on the water too. Water. Right. Anyway, I tell you what. While we were in Ireland, let's stay in Ireland. So this is Leo, and I thought Leo would have been a better ball handler than this. I really did, given his proclivities. The guy's absolute rubbish. Look at him. What a big Jesse.
I love the arrow pointing to him that the Independent have added.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that you know this is Leo Varadkar. So,
right.
yes. Well, the snow event, going back to that for a second, is supposedly meant to hit me. It's meant to hit me and Shalini and London and.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, these things are just. Who cares? Who cares?
If snow doesn't turn up here on Thursday, I won't be shocked or surprised. They've said.
I bet they shut the schools, though.
Snow event.
Bet they shut the schools.
Speaking of schools, I've got a little bit of a bugbear here. So this is a personal story. I thought I'd tell you, and I just want to get your reaction to it, John.
Go on then, Ben.
So my son, as you'll know, is autistic, and he has some additional lessons in the afternoon sometimes, not every day. And they call the group Nurture, and what they do is they take a bunch of kids who are special needs, who need a little bit of extra support and assistance. They take them off for a little bit more of a hands-on learning experience. But today he comes home and he says they showed us videos of dying polar bears, told us all about man-made climate change, and then told us that the teenage girls from Just Stop Oil were wrongfully arrested.
Oh, that sounds like misinformation being delivered by the school.
What actually concerns me the most is that this information was being given to special needs children.
Yeah.
Not to mainstream children, not by mainstream teachers, by special teachers who take them off for this thing, and that's what they decided to teach these kids today. These
Yeah.
autistic ADHD children. And I'm angry.
Hey, mate, if you put your kids in school, you have to be prepared for them to be indoctrinated in the way that the school sees fit. Because let's face it,
Well,
if you want to teach them yourself, pull them out. If you want them to learn,
well,
you want them to learn differently, pull them out. That's what you've got to do.
We'll put it this way. Me and the school are having a conversation tomorrow.
Yeah, and it won't make any difference to how they teach them, I'll bet.
Well, perhaps not.
I mean,
we shall see.
It might make you feel better, but it won't make any difference. Or they'll just stop teaching them and they'll just put them in the indoctrination class and let them watch a video. You know, because that's pretty much what they did with Sean. That's pretty much what they did with Sean. And then we pulled him out of school.
True.
And now he's got a degree and working after being homeschooled.
What I will say is this. Schools should not be teaching children stuff as fact that is just not fact.
Well, no,
they
because
should not be.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
And in fact, I'll go one further. They should not be bringing their own political slant and ideology into the education system. They want to have political opinions. If they want to have these things, it needs to stay outside the school.
Hold on. And who's the guy that keeps going the long march to the university? Of course, that's what they're going to do. That's what teachers have always done. They've always brought their own particular political opinions and agenda to the teaching profession. And very few of them teach without an agenda.
Oh, and I will say this, far too many of them for far too long have gone unchallenged by parents.
Too late. It's too late.
Parents,
you've lost it. Parents have lost it.
Well, parents need to start growing a spine.
Well, no,
they need to start growing a spine. And
well,
you need to...
It's too late. The schools are done. You know, schools are nothing but indoctrination centres. Like they always have been, right?
Well,
but they've become politicised now to the point where if your kid goes to school and you don't counter the argument, they're going to turn out as a lefty.
Well, I mean,
you turned out as a lefty.
I'm struggling with my political position on this planet at the moment.
Yeah, I know you are. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, you went to school, and I'm guessing you didn't get a lot of direction from your parents, and you kind of turned out as a lefty, didn't you?
I mean, I didn't get much direction from my teachers as well, to be honest.
Yeah, well, but you still turned out as a lefty.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what happens.
Not a fucking socialist, though.
Yeah, but that's kind of what happens at university and schools these days. You know, people turn out as lefties. You don't get many right wingers. You know, people don't become right wingers until they get older. And the problem we've got now, right? The problem we've got now is people are getting older and not younger, right? And I know that sounds stupid, but there are less people being born and more people living longer. So you're ending up that the political spectrum is switching even more to the right. Now, what you have at the moment, you have a confused political situation where you've got a group of politicians who've made a complete and utter arse of the last 3 years and done nothing but actually sabotage their entire purpose or chance of winning the next election. That's all they've done. And they've given it away because, you know, they could probably have, if they'd done very little and then been sensible about it, like Sweden, they'd be a shoo-in to get re-elected. But no. Now they had to follow everyone else, and they had to put people on pathways that they shouldn't be on, and they had to do things they really shouldn't have been doing, and they've just soured their entire campaign.
I just want to say a huge congratulations to Emma Watts in the chat. I know we're not supposed to do the chat till the end, but she said, school wrote my son off. I took him out of school. He now has a bachelor's degree. And
Yeah,
Well done.
That's exactly what we did with Sean.
Yeah, well done. It's certainly something that I need to consider very, very carefully. Because
But the thing is,
these teachers,
it's a nightmare to do. It's a lot
Yeah.
of work, That's the problem.
it is. It is a lot of work,
And
it's whether or not.
and schools are handy as babysitters in some respects.
Mm.
But and they give you a break, but educating a child on your own is difficult. Right. Anyway,
I'm completely not discounting that. I believe it is, and I believe any parent that has managed to do that and brought their kids up to where both you and Emma here have, should be patted on the back and congratulated. Well done.
Thank you. Right. Shall we move on?
Well, I suppose it is time to push forwards, is it not?
Yeah. But so, despite what we were told by the very, very units that have actually done this, ministers accused of a cover-up, as it's revealed that the shadowy army unit, the 77th Brigade, did spy on British critics of COVID lockdown policies. A release of new documents contradict official assertions that the army unit had only been monitoring foreign powers. Imagine that.
Really?
So, and we're running.
Really?
Yeah, we're running out of conspiracy theories because they're all conspiracy facts.
Well, the thing is, they certainly did, and they spied on many, especially critics with a following, critics that were getting clout, heavily via Twitter.
Yep.
And it's not cool, man.
No,
it's absolutely not cool. And if you agree with me that it's not cool, leave a like on the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share it out.
There
Don't forget to do that.
Lovely.
But yes, they were all over YouTube. They were all over Twitter. They were all over. And of course they were. Perhaps not in the vast numbers that people thought they were when they would pop up and say, everybody's 77, you're 77, you're 77. But they certainly did do what they were
it's like
being accused of.
The thing I don't get, the thing you still see it these days, when people have a reasonable approach, they just get attacked. Like Adam Brimson said something today and they just get piled on by both sides. And I said, oh, welcome to our world. Welcome to the reasonable approach zone. where you get hate from the left, right, and from the ups and the downs. You get it from all directions.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile.
And you know what? It's got to the point.
Go on.
Mm-hmm. It's got to the point now where you've just got to brush it off and not give two shits.
Yeah.
Because you on the left, you on the right, you don't have to agree with us. You don't have to agree with us. And you know what? You can engage with us on the level and on the point. You don't have to come at us with insults or all of that. Just engage with us. We do like to talk, as you can probably fucking tell.
So, another shadowy government organisation, right? The Scottish government is spending almost 9 million to run international offices, despite foreign affairs being a reserved matter and the country predicting a 1 billion budget black hole. Imagine that.
Cheers, Hamza.
Well done. And to Sturgeon before him for arranging all this.
What you're trying to tell me is that if they close down these offices that serve absolutely no purpose, not only would they fill that budget black hole, but there would be a surplus. There'd be a surplus.
No, the offices are only like 9 million to run. The black hole is 1 billion. They've really screwed it up.
I thought you said million.
No, they've really screwed it up.
Your audio keeps cutting off in my ears. Oh, so they've really screwed up.
My audio is is my audio cutting off in other people's ears?
No, I just keep missing some starts and ends of words. And I think it's to do more with the connection between us than your actual audio.
Okay.
Because you keep freezing and lagging on my screen as well.
Yes, okay. Right.
But anywho, yeah, well, you need to look in the camper van.
The SMP camper van.
Yeah, I would start stripping the walls of that thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think so.
I would. Apparently, I've been lagging and you've been fine. Ugh. So my vocals are out of sync because they probably have been the whole show because we need to work that out. But otherwise, we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry.
So I bring you what wrong button again. I bring you Julia Heartless Brewer. Right?
What's she doing now?
Well, there she is cozying up to Boris. Okay?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and she said that she would never ever forgive him in 2020.
Listen. She said whatever she needed to say to keep a skeptic audience.
Yeah.
That's all she ever said. Do you really think she ever truly criticized that man for the things that he did?
No, she didn't.
Really?
No, I mean, it was only Spencer that liked her.
Well, yeah, it was only Spencer that liked her, and I tried to talk him out of it over dinner so many times. You know, I was like, Spencer, you and me.
I'll be fair, I don't think it was her mind he was after. I'm getting that not enough data thing again. What the hell is going on today?
Let's just don't talk about it. Let's just push on through.
Right.
Just push on through and let it go.
Right. So that's go on.
I was just about to say, look, Julia is honestly, she's just like the rest of them. They say that talk TV is counterculture against the mainstream media. It is the mainstream media. It's just another. I mean, it's fucking owned by the Sun.
I know. There's Arlingham come out. He's come out. He's come out of the wardrobe. He's exposed himself. He was lurking in the chat.
He's been there for a while. Yeah.
All right.
He's been there for a while.
Okay. Right. So this isn't flowing very well. But anyway,
this is your fault.
Is it my fault? What have I done? Anyway.
Because you get distracted by everything and go, why the fuck is this happening? Why the fuck is that happening?
Right. So Vice here posted this on Twitter the other day, and I think this is completely wrong. I must admit. So it says 100 ways white people can make life less frustrating for people of colour. Now, if you do anything for someone based on their skin colour, surely you're guilty of discrimination.
Well, yes, but I would actually say that is a loaded headline and is racist in itself.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because if you do anything based on someone's skin colour, you're being racist.
You're absolutely right. Now, Vice News or Vice Media, at one point, Vice were worth $5+ billion. Now they're fucking worthless. They're absolutely worthless. And I'll tell you why, actually. I'll tell you what happened. Vice was started by 3 guys.
Please, sir.
One of whom was Gavin.
Please, sir. Go woke, go broke.
You want... Well, sort of. So the only reason that Vice News went woke, or Vice went woke, is because they were actually... I mean, Gavin used to call them sexy counterculture journalism. Gavin's not part of Vice anymore. But they did do the, really good stuff, really raw, on-the-ground stuff that would cover that nobody else would cover. But, and there is a but, it rarely ever got monetized. And despite the fact it rarely ever got monetized, big companies like Fox and Disney invested hundreds of millions of dollars into them for low-end stakes, like 10%, 20%. But they couldn't scale it because it was not safe for work content that major advertisers were not comfortable putting their ads against. So they had 2 choices. Scale it right back because they were operating in, I believe, 34 countries, in offices in 34 countries. scale it right back and continue to make the hard-hitting stuff, or get woke and go broke. Which one do you think they chose?
They went woke. They got broke.
Because they thought if they did that, if they went woke, they would get the advertisers against this stuff. And they were right. The advertisers do go against that stuff. However, nobody fucking watches it.
Indeed. So what's going on here, Ben?
Where?
Well, the Mail Online.
I'm going to have to.
The Mail Online Health. Apparently, NHS staff aren't getting their winter jabs. Now, normally
Well, I don't know.
Normally, the staff uptake is round about 50%, right? Okay. Now, last year they made it mandatory for a period, but it's always been strongly urged for them to take the Jags, and yet we're only getting a fifth of them taken at this time. That's only 20%.
Well, honestly, I can't tell you what's going on because I'm not each individual doctor or nurse or cleaner or porter that's deciding whether or not they're going to have this stuff. I mean,
strange.
Certainly.
I find it strange. Can't think why medical professionals wouldn't want to protect themselves, particularly if they're in a high-risk environment.
I'm making no suggestions or assertions. I think it would be down to each individual person to either tell you or not tell you why they've made a decision that they've made.
But that's always been the case, hasn't it? It should always, bodily autonomy infers that you should be making your own decisions, ultimately, when it comes to your body. You should take professional and appropriate advice, but ultimately the person who makes the decisions is no one but yourself, you know?
Exactly. I have never and will never tell people whether or not they should take any medication. I am not, first of all, I'm not qualified to do that. I know that's kind of speaking to authority, but second of all, I don't own or control you. If you want to or need to take things, medications, injections, whatever, that's your body, and you can choose to do that if you please. I'll never stop you. I will support your decision, and I also support your decision not to tell anybody what you do or do not take or have, because it's your body, it's your choice, it's your autonomy, and it's your privacy. And we need to get back to a place where that autonomy and privacy is no longer breached. Why do we care that so many of the NHS haven't had? So it's not our business. It's not our business.
So
maybe it would be our business.
So moving on to David Cameron.
I was going to say,
Moving on to, they found a human case of pig flu or something, H1N2. So apparently this was only in swine before. So I don't know where it was. House of Commons.
Yeah.
But anyway, so one person in the UK
House of Lords, maybe.
Yeah, House of Lords, maybe. Yeah. So probably somebody's been mucking about with pigs. I don't know what's going on. It's ridiculous.
Well, you never know. I was going to make several David Cameron jokes, and you got in there before me.
Sorry.
You got in there before me. But once again, I simply don't care. I mean, I've got a major head cold and sinus pain as we speak, right?
Yeah.
But I'm confident that it's not that, because I haven't actually seen David Cameron this week. So oh, come on, I got you with that one, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. No, I tell you what, I'm going to play a little video, and this video is this is animals showing you to just think for yourself. You know, go out there, make your own decisions, and I think these animals they show this perfectly. This is a lesson to be learned. I think that donkey did well, didn't he? That black guy. I know it's wrong.
He just took it down.
Yeah.
Took it down, baby.
He took it down and just walked across.
Best way to be.
So I know what's wrong.
Yeah?
Yeah. VPN's still
What's
on.
wrong? Oh, you bastard.
I know.
You utter wanker.
Guilty. Guilty as charged. Oh.
What a dick.
So I don't know whether to turn it off or not. I think I daren't turn it off because we'll lose the stream again.
Do not turn it off. Do not turn it off.
My bad. My bad. Oh. So anyway, so why would you do this? Why would you change your song lyrics after 26 years?
Get woke, go broke.
Yeah, I mean, what can these guys? I mean, let's face it. How many songs are they selling? They can't be selling. Or are they trying to kickstart their song again? Because,
What are they gonna do? Isn't the lead singer dead?
it probably. I don't know. I mean, they must be ancient anyway.
Yeah, the lead singer's dead.
That's just ridiculous. Oh, good grief!
What are they gonna do with Firestarter? They're gonna change it. I'm not a
twisted-
firefighter.
I'm
Twisted
a
firefighter. But yeah, Keith he's dead. Yeah, he's
Right.
dead. So what they're gonna have to get somebody else in to redub the vocals. John is available. Just to let you know.
I'm not doing any vocals.
Imagine him going and sitting in the studio, just going, "Oi, smack me,
What the-
bitch up! Oh, sorry, that was the wrong word. Oi."
Right. I'm going to tell you a little story of what I was doing on Saturday night. Okay.
Right.
So on
How
Saturday.
sober were you? Let's.
Oh, I didn't have any alcohol at all on Saturday night. I just didn't feel like drinking.
Were you feeling okay?
Yes, I was fine. I was just so I was watching a movie, and I was watching a movie with Basil Rathbone in it called The House of Fear, and it was set in the west coast of Scotland. So Basil Rathbone and the other guy, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson and all that were in it. And there was this woman in it, the housekeeper, who purported to be Scottish, or she had a Scottish accent. And I need answers, people. I put it out there on Twitter and nobody's come back to me, right? Nobody has come back to me. I need answers. Is this Nicola Sturgeon? I mean, that movie's from 1945. But it's like a dead ringer from Nicola Sturgeon, is it not?
Who's that? The guy that bloody has the portrait and never ages unless
Dorian
he looks at his
Gray.
own portrait. You know,
Dorian Gray.
is Nicola Sturgeon really Dorian Gray?
Maybe she's got a portrait in the attic. Could be it,
I think so. I think she might have a portrait in the attic.
She wasn't
I did wonder.
brotherless.
I did wonder.
1945. She's looking. I mean, you got to give her credit. She's not looking that bad if she's been kicked around since then.
Probably since way before then, my friend.
Yeah, aye. She could be. Right. There's this. I'm going to play a video, right? And I find it quite disturbing. Okay. So. I just want to turn the audio off for this one, I think, because it's got music on it, and I don't like music because it might strike us. Okay, so I'm just going to play it silently. Here we go. Right, so these girls are getting freckle tattoos. Now, I don't know about you guys. I think this looks awful. I don't understand what they're trying to achieve here. I mean, could you... Yeah, apparently, yeah. Apparently it's a trend. No, it's freckle tattoos. Apparently that's what they're doing. I don't understand it at all. It's wrong. Oh. Your audio went off.
It's really stupid. What do you mean my audio went off?
Sorry. I turned off the audio for the thingy and your audio went off. But you're back. It is stupid. They do look stupid. Gonna look like zombies.
They do. They look really, really...
I mean,
they're all telling you now.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. I've twigged people. I'm on the money. I'm on the ball tonight. Well, unlike Leo.
So I am assuming...
So
I am assuming that the day that they go and get these freckle tattoos, they broke up and they've gone, well, I want to be ginger.
It's like, it's crazy.
I thought that would tickle you. I did. I thought that would... I know the way to your heart. I do.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, next they'll be short than the legs because they want to be dwarfs.
I think secretly you want that procedure done.
No, I don't.
I really do.
Why would I want to be a dwarf? I want
well,
a
you're
dwarf.
Very obsessed with them.
I want a dwarf. I want a dwarf. You know, because for the show, you know, I don't want to be a dwarf.
Just make sure that you don't come across Peter Dinklage because he'll tell you how that's wrong.
Oh well, I'm sure it would be. Well, that's disgusting, Ben. Keep your minds pure, please. No intention of coming across Peter Dinklage. It's shocking.
Listen.
Yes, Ben.
Whilst you're telling me to keep my mind on a certain track, I'm just going to remind people that they are able to sponsor my balls.
Oh, good grief. Indeed, you can. You can sponsor Ben's
Indeed,
balls,
you can.
And you can also sponsor us at the following details. Ko-fi.com/Chasing Dissent or Patreon.com/Chasing Dissent or become a YouTube channel member by pressing join. Ben, Shalini, you have Shalini's ball. Jaipo the Grumps. Thank you. Yes? I can accept that.
I've got three balls in the tree.
Yeah. Okay. Are you going to show us them all? Yep. You're not going to show.
You want to see another one?
No. It's up to you.
We'll show you another one on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And if you decide to sponsor my balls.
Are we doing our famous phone-in on Wednesday?
We're going to try.
Yeah.
But we're not going to have the VPN on, are we, John?
No, we won't do it. Well, that wouldn't affect the phone-in, but we're not going to do that, are we? Because you're finding it
No, we're not going to do that, John. In fact, you're going to write it down somewhere, aren't you, John?
Yeah. Well, normally I turn it off. I don't know how.
The tree is 6 foot, Rob Bruce. The tree is 6 foot.
Oh, there it goes again. It's struggling for data. It's a VPN. Yep.
Bloody VPN. Means we couldn't stream on Twitch tonight as well. I bet without the VPN we could have done that and all.
Possibly, yeah, we probably could have. Right.
Yeah.
Moving on. I don't think I'm going to do that one. I'm going to do this one. So I thought I'm going to put this one up, but I'm not really going to comment on it much. But I thought it was quite funny. Well, the therapeutic.
Go on in, let me see it. I want to see it.
Oh, it's cut the bottom off. Why is it cut the bottom off on the screen? It says
I don't know. I can't see it yet.
It says therapeutic dog helping rape victims in Afghanistan.
Well, that's just demonetized us.
Oh, no, I don't think it will. Anyway, there you go.
You should have said our victims.
Yes, okay, and I think this one brings up the the culture of victimhood perfectly. Your son has been expelled 109 times. Yes, but it's never been his fault. It's always the schools persecuting him for no reason. That sums up today's people, today's generation, I think. Nobody can do anything wrong. It's always someone else's fault. Nobody takes responsibility for their own things.
It was the VPN's fault, John. The VPN.
It's not the VPN's fault. It's my fault. I never turned it off. I
There he goes.
put my hands up.
That's what I was looking for.
I said I was guilty as charged. Did I not?
Guilty as charged.
Guilty as charged. There was someone today going on about, oh, I wish I was a copper, and he put a picture.
Guilty.
He put a picture of a van with no number plate on it, and he goes, "I wish I was a copper." Now this is obviously thinking about ULEZ or something like that, and it's like, well, what are you going to do? Because if you're a real copper, you pull the van over, the guy would say, well, you'd go, "Where's your back number plate?" And the guy would go, "On the back of the van, officer." And you'd go, "No, it's not." And he'd come out and go, "Bloody stone me, it's fallen off."
Must have fallen off.
You would go, "Well, here's a little chitty. It's called a vehicle defect rectification scheme. Could you go and get it fixed? And then take it to an MOT testing station where they will examine it briefly and stamp that chitty. You send it in, and no further charges will be preferred against you." So you go and get a number plate, you stick it on the back of your van, you take it to your team mechanic, who is an MOT tester, he stamps it, and you fire it in, and it's cost you nothing, or at worst it's cost you 10 or 20 quid for the MOT stations for their time.
Yeah.
Right? So is that what you want to do if you're that kind of, if you're a copper? Is that what you're going to be doing? Because you can't charge them, because the VDRS scheme's there, so you don't need to charge them to give them a chance to fix something that could have happened during a journey, like one light out or something. If you get 3 bald tires, that's completely different, because you don't get 3 bald tires spontaneously during a journey.
No.
Okay. But
Put it this way.
So you sir who wants to be a copper are nothing but an arsehole.
Well, yeah.
And I must say,
and I was about to actually,
right, carry on.
I was actually about to touch on the bald tires thing, because I can actually attest to this, because I've got 2 nearly bald tires, and I have an appointment booked to have them replaced this week, and that would be enough. If anybody said anything, they're still legal. They're still legal.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, fine. That's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
So
Just.
Yeah. Right, what were we talking about there?
But with the snow event coming in, imagine driving in the snow event on nearly bald tires.
Remember, ladies, if the snow event comes in, you have the challenge.
Oh my god, I'm so scared. Okay.
Do it. Oh shit.
Ben. There's a snow event. There's a snow event challenge. Remember, that's a snow event challenge. First one to send us a snow event challenge video, we'll have it played on the show. To great acclaim, no doubt.
The snow event challenge.
Dun, dun, dun. I would also like to report that things have improved with the bike wankers. I seem to have successfully trained Twitter to stop showing me as many posts from bike wankers.
I don't have any party poppers, or else I'd be poof, poof, woohoo! I'd be celebrating for you.
Thank you.
I would. I'd be celebrating for you. I'm glad. I'm glad that you've done that.
Right.
Shalini says, no fecking way to the snow event challenge.
She's a party pooper. Just a party pooper. Anyway.
Don't worry, I don't expect you to do it, ladies.
I don't expect them to do it either. I demand that they do it.
Oh dear.
Right. So this is what happens when you're running and the force and someone uses the force on you, isn't it? Have you seen this one? No. You ready?
Uh,
I think I've got to play
When
that
you
one.
think about
I've got to play that one again. Do you like that?
I mean, that almost looks fake.
No, there's a chain across it.
That's,
The guy's ran into a chain.
I mean,
He's not. He's ran into a chain. Yeah, that's what's happened. It's just the way the angle is. You can't really see that chain, but that's what's happened.
Robin Wolstenholme says, "I'd do it. The snow event challenge if he could, but it doesn't snow in London. You may well be in luck, Robin.
There you go.
Because Robin, the snow event is meant to occur in London and the southeast.
It is indeed. Now, I think there was a small clip. I'll just play it briefly.
when you think about it, all law, all legislation is about the restriction of freedom. That's exactly what we're doing here, is we are restricting freedom, but we're doing it for the common good.
There you go. Sorry, there you go. She did say the quiet bit out loud. So I hadn't.
She did.
I hadn't picked a video for that reason, but you pointed out that she did say the quiet bit out loud, and you can't do something for the common good that restricts people's individual freedoms. That's not how life works.
No.
That's not how freedoms
That is
work.
not how life works. And not only that, what bothers me about this whole thing is the video is about 5 months or maybe more old. And it's only really being brought to the fore now. And these people have been able to, I guess, espouse this rhetoric and continue to legislate unchallenged for at least that long. But no, you're right. You don't legislate and restrict freedoms for the common good. And I mean, people will say, well, all laws are made for the common good. Well, the restriction, the restriction of your speech, for example, which is what this is about, by the way, is not for the common good. Of course it isn't. What it is for their good. The people who don't want to be criticized and don't want things that they are doing criticized.
Yeah.
Not for the common good. It's for the purposes of staying in power unchallenged. That's what it's about.
Yeah. My other point in that video was, does Guinness sponsor the Irish Parliament? It gets every seat and a harp on it. I just wondered.
Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me.
Right, I'm out.
You out?
Yeah.
You out? Right. Well, if we're out in a minute, then Tony Garrett says that's an oxymoron. Restricted everybody for the good of everybody. Of course.
Of course it is. He's right.
Because they're talking nonsense, Tony. They're talking nonsense. What they are doing is they are trying to use doublespeak to make you think what they're doing in order to help them maintain power without any criticism is good for you. It's not. It's not good for you. And you should be able to criticize them. You should be able to push back against them. You should be able to tell them when they are wrong. And hell, you should be able to insult them if you wish.
Irish passports are sponsored by Guinness as well.
Damn right.
I pretty much think Ireland's sponsored by Guinness.
Well, I think the entire economy of Ireland runs on Guinness and Jameson's.
I should have taken a snap of that picture with the guy that posted a picture of two trucks going down the dual carriageway side by side. One was a Guinness truck and the other one was a Tato's truck. And he said, humanitarian aid convoy in the way to Dublin. Guinness and Tato's. Shalini's getting angry.
I'll tell you what. If I weren't restricting my calorie intake right now, a bag of potatoes would go quite away. They are some good crisps.
She's an angry.
And do you know what?
She's an angry little.
Tato even own
leprechaun. What do they?
Tato even own a theme park, John.
Yeah.
Did you know
yeah,
that?
you keep telling me this. Yeah, you told
Because
me.
I want to fucking go there.
Well, it's only Ireland. You can drive there. You just need to get the ferry. Cost you more than crossing the channel,
Kettle
though.
Park. I want to go there. I do. I want to go there. Tato
Can you
Park.
not get a ferry from Wales? I'm sure you could get a ferry from Wales. Welsh Wales.
Yeah, but then I have to go to Wales.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? You can go and visit Dreadeye and Julie.
I suppose I could.
Oh.
I suppose I could. I could drive along and give them a visit at some point. But yes, Tato Park.
Or is there a ferry from Liverpool or something? I don't know. There's certainly one from Stranraer.
Perhaps.
What goes to Dublin? Fishguard to Dublin. What's wrong with that? What's wrong
Plane.
with Dublin? Cork is better.
Plane.
Oh, right, plane.
Plane. We fly there. Just fly there. Just get on a plane. I'm just saying it's easier.
It's probably easier.
Get on a plane.
It's probably easier if you go to Larne, because that's Northern Ireland, so you don't need to produce any documentation to get in, and then you can just drive into Europe.
You don't. Well, yeah, I suppose so. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the show, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, don't forget, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, share it out. Click that share button, and if you can support us further, the pinned chat and in the description are the links to our donation platform. So Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/chasing dissent, patreon.com/chasing dissent, and of course, right here on YouTube, you can click that join button and become what we like to call an asylum seeker, a channel member. But if you have enjoyed it, then please, the likes are very much appreciated, and a share is the most important thing you can do right now. You help us grow, we can grow, then we can make better quality stuff, better quality shows, and other stuff as well after these shows. We are going to be moving heavily into more produced videos going forward. John's got something he's going to release in the next few days that he's currently producing.
I'm intending to release it tomorrow evening.
Well, there you go.
So I'm thinking...
He's intending to release it.
It's a short video. It's a rabbit hole special. So I think I'll premiere it so I could be there on the chat while it runs. So...
Oh, brilliant.
So
brilliant. And I'm looking forward to it because I've heard about it, but I've seen nothing from it, and it actually seems like a really good little show. Certainly up my alley anyway.
Yeah. I watched the thing last night, Ben, all about Star Wars.
Oh, did you?
All the way through and it was quite good because it was showing you people, they were interviewing people on the street from 1977 all the way up to 2019. And boy, and they had that Kathleen woman on as well, after Disney bought Star Wars.
Oh, Kathleen Kennedy.
She's just destroyed it, didn't she? She really destroyed the whole thing.
Absolutely.
I mean, Star Wars.
Absolutely.
Star Wars is just abysmal what they've done to it. It
Are
really
we still live on Twitch?
Not to my knowledge. It said stop.
Well, Adam says I've been over on Twitch tonight watching the show.
Well, maybe it's still going then. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Who cares?
I have no idea.
No, it says streaming. It must have started again when... Oh, it started again when I restarted OBS, remember, after it crashed?
I mean, what's it even called? What's the title of the show over there? I don't even know what the title of the show is over there.
I don't know.
Could be something completely different.
You said just bang it in. Anyway,
yeah.
I tell you what, though, there is talk that the best science fiction program ever is coming back with original cast and as a continuation.
Right.
Not a reboot.
Right.
Not a remake, a continuation. That program is, of course, Farscape.
Oh, God.
Farscape was a brilliant program.
It's been a while.
It's
been a while.
22 years, I think, since Farscape stopped. Was cancelled. or 20 years.
Yeah.
But you know the
Yeah. I'm
cast are
just changing
still
the title.
the cast are still in good nick, because you've still got Ben Browder, who looks much the same as he did in Stargate, and Claudia Black still looks all right, you know. So yeah, I think it would be good, and of course,
Yeah.
if they did it properly, and because it was Jim Henson and Brian Henson that did it, right? So if they did it right, they'll use proper puppets again, none of your CGI crap.
Well, the people are saying, but Jim Henson's dead. However, if any
Yeah,
of
but
you
his
have seen the
shop's
Five
not.
Nights at Freddy's, no, I was about to say, if any of you have seen the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, which recently came out, all of the animatronics, both physical robot versions and the costumes, were done by the Jim Henson Creature Shop, and they look great. They do. They look fantastic.
Yeah, they do.
Their work is still
That's
absolutely
top-notch.
awesome.
See, this is the thing, you can't really beat, practical effects. Because I was watching that, you know how you told me about that thing, what's it called, Monarch? What was it? What's it called? That thing on Apple Plus or whatever. The thing about Godzilla.
So it's a Godzilla resurgence, isn't it?
Yeah. So I was actually watching it, and it's actually quite good. I quite like it because it's a kind of slow build. And it takes me back to, like, I don't know if you've ever watched things like Quatermass and The Pit and all that kind of stuff. I like all this slow build stuff, and it builds to a crescendo. So it's pretty good from that point of view, and it's quite like that. And in fact, that Godzilla movie with Matthew Broderick, do you remember that? I liked that because it was a nice slow build, and it built the tension quite well. It went a bit awry once they had the whole stadium thing, but it wasn't too bad. It was all right. But anyway. But the Monarch thing's quite good, apart from the fact that there's a couple of things in it that actually they dealt with quite well, right? One of them was they were on a ship, and the girl was making a phone call, and after they were running away from the government, right? So after she'd made the call, she just flung the phone into the ocean, and of course, woke girl goes, that's bad for the environment, you know. Or woke guy goes, that's bad for the environment, you know. And she goes, yeah, okay, I'll make a donation to Greenpeace. Good response. Because he goes, yeah, that's bad for the environment. The fish eat the plastic and then we eat the fish. Yeah, okay, I'll make a donation to Greenpeace.
While we're on the subject of entertainment, and just before we go,
hold on.
Over the last,
hold on. One thing to say. The next thing is the ship they were on was CGI.
Yeah,
it was awful, absolutely awful. It just
it will be because it's TV.
It looked rank.
Yeah, it will do, and effects houses, especially in Hollywood, are absolutely strained right now because they're all pretty much fucking working for Marvel 24/7, and that's why Marvel Studios CGI looks so awful in these later movies. Is because they are putting them to stupid deadlines, working them like dogs, and they're producing shit. They're just producing shit, and it shows as well. But while we're on the subject of entertainment, over the past couple of days, I have, so you don't have to, caught up with I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out Here. I haven't watched this evening's one because that's been going on whilst we've been live tonight. But I will say this. Nigel Farage, he's worrying me a bit.
Because you like him?
No.
Oh, because of his nudity?
No.
Why then?
Because he's eating balls, he's eating dicks, he's drinking snails, and he's not giving a damn about any of it. He's just going, it's a bit unpleasant, this.
Well, I've always said he does look a bit like that guy out of Jim Henson's Creature Shop, the one that plays the slug in Farscape.
This dude is not showing. I'm telling you,
he's an automaton.
Cold as ice.
Maybe he's a robot.
Yeah. Cold as he seems to be in his fucking element. And I'm sorry for swearing, but he really does seem to be in his element in there. I mean, he was doing this challenge alongside a heavyweight champion boxer that was over 6 foot tall, Tony Bellew or Tony Bellew.
Yeah.
And this dude was projectile vomiting after every single one. He was going, as he's drinking these things. And Nigel's just there going,
yeah,
bit unpleasant, this.
Yeah, but Nigel's he's obviously, well, right, come on, let's face it, right? The guy has been the butt of everybody's joke for how many years, right? How many years?
And he's probably been paid more than the rest of them combined for this.
Apart from that, he's going to be mentally strong because he's used to be getting ridiculed since ever he joined politics. I mean, let's face it.
I will tell you this.
He's a weird-looking dude. He's been spouting stuff that generally people don't like. He went to Europe with the intention of getting us out of Europe as a European MP and had to take all the abuse and crap that he took there. So the guy's going to have a skin like an armadillo.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. He is a bit. It's just a bit concerning. It's a bit worrying because these are the type of guys that show up in a huff at a post office, and you know what can happen next. Then that's all I'm saying. It's a joke, by the way. It's a joke.
Yeah, with that. Thank you. Thank you, one and all, for attending this episode 271 of Chasing Dissent Live with me, John, and with Ben. And as always, it's been great for you.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
I can't contain it, I'm coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer.
What you say? Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what